Welcome to Protected by Corsair, where we help small and mid-sized businesses reduce technology risk, strengthen cybersecurity, and make smarter IT decisions. I'm Rick Valdez. In each episode, we break down real-world cybersecurity and managed IT issues affecting businesses every day, from ransomware and phishing attacks to compliance, cloud security, backups, and business continuity. Whether you run a medical office, a law firm, nonprofit, or professional service organization, this podcast is designed to help you protect your operations, your employees, and your reputation. And if you'd like help evaluating your environment, we offer a free cybersecurity risk assessment. Let's get into today's episode. One of the most common questions small business owners ask is, do we really need all this cybersecurity stuff? How much does this cost? The answer is probably less than enterprise companies, but far more than small businesses currently have. Cybersecurity isn't about buying every security product on the market. It's about reducing the likelihood that one mistake, one email, or one compromised password can shut down your business. Today, we're going to talk about 1. What level of cybersecurity a small business actually needs. 2. The biggest misconceptions owners have. 3. How to prioritize security without overspending. And 4, the minimum protections every business should have in place right now. The biggest cybersecurity myth among small businesses is we're too small to be targeted. Unfortunately, cybersecurity specifically target small businesses because small companies often lack dedicated IT staff. Security configurations are weaker, employees receive less training, password reuse is common, and backups are inconsistent, and recovery planning is usually minimal. Attackers don't always manually choose victims anymore. Many attacks are automated. Bots scan the internet looking for weak passwords, unpatched systems, exposed remote access tools, old firewalls, vulnerable Office 365 accounts, and unsecured cloud services. To attackers, a 10-person business can be just as profitable as a 500-person business because the defenses are weak. Cybersecurity is not about achieving perfect security. Perfect security doesn't exist. Instead, cybersecurity is about reducing business risk, limiting exposure, detecting threats early, and recovering quickly if something happens. A small business doesn't necessarily need a 24/7 internal security operations center, or $1 million cybersecurity budget, or an enterprise level infrastructure, but it absolutely needs a foundational protection. Think of cybersecurity like locking doors to your office. It might not be Fort Knox, but you still lock the building at night. Here's what I consider the minimal baseline cybersecurity stack for most small businesses today. Number 1, multi-factor authentication. If you only implement one security measure this year, make it multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Why? Because passwords alone are no longer enough. Even strong passwords get phished, reused, leaked, or stolen through malware. Multi-factor authentication drastically reduces account takeover risk. Every business should enable multi-factor authentication for Office 365, Google Workspace, banking, payroll systems, remote access tools, VPNs, CRM platforms, and any cloud-based business system. 2, managed endpoint protection. This means protection of all servers, desktops, and laptops. Traditional antivirus is no longer sufficient. Modern endpoint protection should include centralized monitoring, ransomware detection, threat isolation, and automated response capabilities. Every laptop, desktop, and server is a potential entry point. And now, with remote workers, those endpoints are everywhere. 3, reliable backups. Backups are not optional, and cloud platforms do not always provide the recovery capabilities that businesses assume they do. Businesses need automated backups, off-site backups, backup testing, and ransomware-resistant backup strategies, because the worst time to discover that your backups failed is during an actual emergency. 4, patch management. Outdated systems are one of the easiest vectors that cyber criminals routinely exploit. Old operating systems, unpatched software, and unsupported applications and vulnerable firmware. Businesses should be automating the patching for Windows, Macs, third-party software, firewalls, and network devices. 5. Security awareness training. Your employees are part of your security perimeter. Most breaches start with a phishing email, a fake login page, a malicious attachment, or social engineering, and attackers are getting extremely convincing, especially with AI-generated phishing emails and voice impersonation scams. Security awareness training helps employees identify suspicious emails, fake invoices, credential theft, tech support scams, and fraudulent phone calls. Another common question is, how much should cybersecurity cost? There's no universal number. It depends on the industry, compliance requirements, risk tolerance, remote workforce size, data sensitivity, and operational dependencies on technology. But here's the reality. Most small businesses spend far more recovering from an incident than they would have spent preventing it. Cybersecurity should be viewed like insurance, legal protection, or physical building security. It's part of operating responsibly. The good news is you don't need to solve everything overnight. A good cybersecurity strategy is built in layers over time. Start with 1. Multi-factor authentication. 2. Endpoint protection. 3. Backups. 4. Patch management. And 5. Employee training. Then continue maturing your cybersecurity posture gradually. The cost of this type of cybersecurity strategy can vary depending on your market area, but even modest improvements can dramatically reduce risk. It's important to note that cybersecurity isn't about fear. It's about preparedness. If you're unsure where your business stands today, start with a cybersecurity risk assessment. We can help businesses evaluate endpoint protection, Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace exposure, security gaps, backup strategies, compliance concerns, and overall operational risk. Our goal is practical: security that matches your business needs and budget. Thanks for listening to Protected by Corsair. If you found this episode helpful, subscribe and share with another business owner, and visit Corsair USA to learn more about cybersecurity and managed IT services for growing businesses. In the next episode, we'll discuss the real business impact of managed security service providers versus break-fix IT. We'll see you next time.